depth right there. Again, I don't know if perhaps 007 has been running either one of those heroes recently. I mean, Scout definitely, you can argue, blind band status against certain teams or the players. So Predator, interesting. He's more of a niche in certain cases, but at the same time, is very powerful, of course, with his carry potential. So
Diglett, a fantastic carry player as well. Of course, they do mix it up a little bit times. Diglett's usually playing that more of that hard carry role. And
yeah, Diglett, he was up there on the GPM charts.
Oh yeah, he phenomenal player.
Very
really,
impressive.
So.
I definitely remember him. Again, they were balancing back and forth between gold and diamond, but still, even in the gold division, you got some quality competition that you were dealing with, especially in the later parts of it. So definitely impressive numbers that he was able to put up. And apparently they want to play Armadon. So, hey, Armadon, he can be a powerful hero, no doubt, in the right hands and the right setup. So we'll see if the Derpidon comes through for us. Haluna is going to be the first lock coming out right here. So moving along, again, especially with a fun event like this. Now, with it being a lot, at least with the previous Ultimate Series, with it being the banning draft, we're like, okay, we're going to see really crazy stuff, and it definitely happened. So that was fun. For this event, again, it's back to lockpick. Not to say that the future ones will be the lockpick as well. It just for this one, it just happened to be a lockpick tournament. From what we saw yesterday, on top of that, it seemed like again, taking it seriously as they have every right to. However, we did get some fun games, to say the least, too. So,
yeah.
I mean, the Monkey King Doombringer.
Well, yeah, the monkey. No, the monkey. Yeah, the Berserker.
We saw Doombringer twice.
The Berserker being fed the Doombringer by Tempest and then getting instant annihilation with it, and then ultimately the game being turned around.
I kind of forgot about that. We saw Doombringer twice yesterday. That's actually
the second Doombringer with the Monkey King one was actually not even that epic. It was just like, we probably have the game lost. I'm going to pick it up to try and make something happen. So. The Doombringer with the Berserker, though, that was a Doombringer.
That was something. That's definitely a memorable moment there. Of course, Well, moving along here.
Moving along. So you got that Scout Predator ban, as you mentioned, and the Tempest Pebble, so Keeper of the Forest. Going to keep an eye on him and how he interacts with this lock pool. You're seeing other strong heroes being tossed into the mix. You're looking at Rally. You're looking at Keeper of the Forest, still unattended to, however. Top of MOA, so expect to see those heroes potentially addressed here. Outside of that, not too much else. Interesting to see a Luna locked, and once again, might function as more of a ban depending on how powerful the rest of this lock pool lines up. The heroes that are available, there's we'll see. Actually, it's interesting because they didn't actually lock, necessarily super powerhouse heroes there. Miraxis and Bubbles, both very competent heroes, especially the Bubbles, a bit higher tier than that, but you have options.
Yeah, definitely a little bit different of a lock pool where you're getting at, but at the same time, all powerful options still. Alucard going to go ahead and give out his final lock here before moving into the banning stage, of course. So we'll see how it develops here. Both teams have already dived into a little bit of extra time. Don't know if that just happens to be AFK or if they actually are putting some thought into all this as far as this locking stage goes. Again, you see the players, the player list here, and now you actually see it on your screen and everything. We're lying. I mean, definitely a quality team over here, especially on the Hellboard side. 007, again, we've known now for a little bit too, so or even a while.
I mean, they're pretty much guaranteed the NG if they lock another powerhouse hero potentially out of this pool.
Yeah. Thinking about it, man.
Well,
there you go, Plague Rider. All right, Plague Rider. I have not said Plague U in a while.
Yeah, you have not.
I said Plague U in a while.
And we haven't seen really Plague utilized that much. And for a while, we saw him being used as a suicide. We've seen him used as a support in the harder lane just to give a tanky carry more farm and to keep lane control and sort of deal with potentially aggressive kill lane, just deny them farm and get a little bit of pickup on your more tanky carry. We've seen him using a number of options for passive lane, but yeah, just nothing lately.
Yeah. So the banning stage now. Zephyr, the first ban coming out. Already kind of an interesting game here as far as how it's developing somewhat. Again, still powerful heroes, but not the ones we're used to seeing by any means. But Zephyr into the fade and going to continue moving along here. So, again, as far as today's coverage is concerned, we got this round of 16 matchup here. Best out of 3, of course. As the whole tournament is, it's single elimination, best out of 3. Started with the round of 64 yesterday. And now here we are today, again, round of 16, and then we'll follow it up, of course, with a round of 8 matchup. Again, definitely some great matchups expected to be in the next round as well, depending on the results that happen, of course. But, if things definitely work out with the seeded teams moving on, then some good possibilities there. So, Wretched Hag, Keeper of the Forest, the next couple of bans.
Yeah, I mean, so far, Rally not being addressed. You see them
Yeah.
highlighting it on the Hellborn team, but it's the Legion side that is the first pick, so they're probably like, okay, ban Rally last. MOA is still addressed as well. If I were Dirty Mobs, I would consider. Well, let's take a look there. What else is on the board? Looking at, okay, they banned out Rally. They banned Rally as first pick, so they're really striving for that MOA. Ophelia is still on the board, though.
Oh, geez.
You're looking at Ophelia, you're looking at MOA, and
you probably leave both those open if you're mine land over here, so you can at least get one of those. But
yeah.
There's the Lodestone ban.
But you're looking at Parasite also making it through. So we saw a really interesting banning phase. Like, it might wipe an overall similar draft, but the way these heroes are going to find their way into the game, completely different. So they do have their choice of jungle option right here, favoring it over an MOA. They have a lot of other choices, so just, hey, we're going to take that Ophelia up. If you want a versatile hero, we can pick up something like Torture next. They still have their support options as well. A hero like Torture would actually, or MOA, would benefit them greatly because they're not going to be as restricted in what they want to choose out of the lock pool. They can be a little bit more reactive about it, not necessarily being stuck into having to draft a support out of it between a Luna and NG if they didn't want to.
Yeah. I'm thinking Master of Arms.
If they can get Master of Arms, of course they'll take it. But for the Hellborn team, Master of Arms.
Oh, yeah, no, the Hellborn team.
And then, well, Parasite's available. I mentioned that before, but they're not going to grab Parasite right away on the Legion side.
You can save that for your third.
Due to the Ophelia.
Yeah, so you're not rushed to get that by any means. Definitely Master of Arms here, but it's just the next could be a carry option if you would rather run Master of Arms in the support more so.
Magnus is still available as well. And
Magnus, yep.
It's been a big powerhouse as well.
Definitely would be a solid choice. Again, using all their time. There's a Torture. Okay, it is
Torture Master.
Yep, Torture Master of Arms. And that...
they took both the versatile picks, as we mentioned before. In a case like this, we usually see the Master being played as a primary farmer, but not always. I mean, we've seen teams mix it up. I've seen Complexity run Torture as the carry, and sometimes in Master Arms is so it honestly does just, depending on the pacing of the rest of their lineup here, to take away number options or force them into drafting a support more out of this lock pool, which they're confident in doing. They might want to pick up something like a Deadwood first pick out of this lock pool, and then get something between this Engineer and Luna next. Both synergize pretty damn well. Luna Deadwood speaks for itself. They'll be more inclined to grab an Engineer on the Hellborn side because it's Engineer. You know, powerful skill set in general and known for that teamfight potential. So they'd still get a Deadwood a Luna combination, which is nothing to be sad about.
Yeah. We'll see what they go with here for 007 side. Definitely a carry potential. Hell, I mind that War Beast, honestly. Could be a pretty good suicide option for them on top of the Ophelia jungle and bring some strong push presence, of course, and decent synergy
there. Yeah, the Ophelia War Beast just speaks for itself there. Pretty overwhelming even if you go against a Parasite lineup. Not a lot of counter push going up against all that
or
presence, but...
Or Bombardier.
Yeah, gonna go for the Pharaoh suicide instead, I'd say, with... I mean, it's still pretty good. Actually, Bombardier Pharaoh is a really powerful combination that we haven't seen in a while, especially if they have a decent early game. You know, the enemy team doesn't get their tablets quick enough, per se. Pharaoh ulties, gets a solid setup to any fight, you can pick off any hero.
Yeah.
They don't have that. I mean, they have the Master Arms shield. That does help a lot, but besides that, it's not like they have the double heal protection combination. It's not like they have a rally to push them out of the mummy walls, so...
Yeah. There's a lot of global threat over here on 007 side already. Every single hero
has some sort of presence.
Yep. So this final pick, again, they're definitely dwindling down here. It's going to need to choose it quickly. Okay, this is going to be Magnus.
Yeah, especially they have a Tort. Good AoE stun synergy going on, and a fantastic team fight. They really can't go wrong from here.
Cakes wants to play Blacksmith. Not going to happen here.
I was feeling like they should pick up the Deadwood. I mean, they could, I guess, make a case for Meraxis as well. If they don't care, they can choose something like an NG support.
Yeah.
Engineer Pharaoh is also pretty strong on a team together. That used to be the combo back in the day when Turret was really overpowered.
The original Turret? I mean...
No, I mean when Turret was... Yeah, see, they actually grab NG right there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they did, yeah.
I wonder what their actual initial pick was. I mean, that works out. I mean, they're going to be passing up on a Deadwood. And I like, over a Meraxis and the defensive capabilities as well as having a solid initiation is nice with Ophelia.
Yeah.
But a hero like Deadwood, you'd think, oh, Meraxis has all this defensive capability. It's really nice, but a hero like Deadwood, being able to burst someone down right away at the start and effectively making it a 5v4, especially when you have all that heal and lockdown coming from the Legion side, in my opinion, is better. Stack that up with the Bombardier Pharaoh combination, you can even pick off two heroes before the fight really gets rolling. But yeah, they wind up randoming, and they actually have the
Works
presence
out
of Deadwood
again.
still if they wanted it. Going for the Miraxis
Okay.
instead, which is fine. I mentioned before they're both fine.
Yeah.
I would have preferred in my draft to see a Deadwood a little bit over a Miraxis, but I think they're both solid.
Yeah, I mean, they did lock up Miraxis, so clearly there's some favoritism there of, they do like the hero, so, yeah, Miraxis brings more of a meaty presence, of course, in the AoE synergy for a team. There's definitely some advantages over a hero like Deadwood, but, no doubt Deadwood, obviously, understandably, very, would have been very suitable himself in that role, too. But, again, they go the Miraxis, more of a comfort factor, perhaps. Going to be played by Cakes, by the way, over here for 007.
That actually is a bit more insight as to why they would pick up the Miraxis over the Deadwood 2. Cakes, especially when the hero got released, he was a little bit more known around the scene for his Miraxis play. So a little bit of comfort zone coming into play as well.
Yep. We'll see what he brings to the table this game.
Going to be pretty tough for them to pierce him as well. Let's look at the Ophelia heal, the defensive capabilities. They do have the energy field on top of the Miraxis shield. They can apply some really heavy early aggression.
No carry option really on this 007 side, as far as your late game carry presence goes. That's definitely standing out to me, at least off the bat. So, obviously,
well, I mean, you look at Bombardier. We used to see QSQ run Bombardier and provide some solid late game damage. I guess what you're saying is like in terms of physical damage.
Yeah, physical damage, right click. But honestly, I mean, even like compared to like a Torturer,
right?
Bombardier isn't really as big of a threat in the later game stage, I wouldn't think, but
yeah, especially Grimoire on him can get pretty nasty though. Combine that with the Boom Duster's fast farming capabilities in general, he really, really can explode.
Oh, most certainly. Snowball.
And well, you'd be looking at things, and they have that burst potential. So gonna be looking at things like sheep sticks or that initiation lockdown to get around these team fights. Because yeah, they will be a little bit vulnerable to shrunken heads as time goes on, but I think they can get around it. On top of that, they have a Pharaoh. Pharaoh is actually a pretty phenomenal hero against a Torture if Torture is being placed in the farming role. Taking a look at the draft quickly, it looks like very well could be that. So if Torture picks up some farm or even a medium amount of farm later, the Barbed Armor presence against the Torture from a Pharaoh that gets early presence, the Helm of the Black Legion Barbed Armor, increase your life pool and or whatever it is, some sort of health plus Barbed Armor can reflect a lot of that damage. Elder Parasite, you increase the amount of damage you take and then reflect it.
Wouldn't that be fun?
An Elder Parasite Pharaoh.
Elder Parasite,
I would just pick up
armor.
the Beast Heart at that point and just leave the rest of it alone. Yeah, so I like what both these teams have going in terms of it's a very standard, very powerful standard team fight synergy team synergy lineup there on the Hellborn side.
Yeah.
No jungler. They passed up Parasite, remember?
They did, so. Yeah, you're right. It was definitely an option there as far as that the phases went.
Actually, I think Torture's probably going to be on the secondary. Well, I'm not on the secondary support this game. We'll have to see. I don't know Alucard versus Maravis and how they'll do roles, but at least in TTS, Maravis a lot was alternating on that carrier gank role with Slicks.
Yeah. Speaking of that, actually, I noticed Diglett's playing the Pharaoh here for 007, so.
As I said, they mix it up sometimes.
Yeah.
He's primarily the carrier, but yeah, they do mix it up. They're especially 007, I'd say. A lot of teams that we saw, they would. Some games, Jakol would be playing utility or support, and then other games he would be playing, the hard carry War Beast. Back when he was playing with them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of which, 007 here, not running Jakol here as part of their main five. Instead, running What You Got.
Yeah,
that is his name. He's a TMM player. I guess I wouldn't want to call him. That sounds actually pretty rude, but he's not as known in the competitive scene per se. He is new to it, and he is starting in their lineup as a new starting five. But
I know I've seen him before, though. Are you sure he's that new? I mean, I'm blanking on where I've seen him, but
I don't recall seeing him much in the scene. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I just don't. He hasn't been thinking throughout the games I casted throughout Hontor and playing and all that. I just don't.
Yeah.
Good player. Very good player. I'm just trying to think of...
maybe I'm thinking of Get Right, because the name is kind of similar with that's like the lines, the spaces. But
yeah, maybe. But either way, he's a very sound player. And instead, yeah, Jakol looks like he's sitting out here and What You Got playing.
We're going to have some interaction here early on, perhaps.
So, looking at the roster, Strikefighter was also on there.
On 007s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And supposedly he's playing as another backup for the team. So apparently for now, Jakol and Strikefighter are playing as sort of backup slots. depending on who's missing.
It's like an 8-man
This is their
roster
current
over
starting
here.
5, so yeah.
I just want to make sure. It's a weekday tournament, and 007, they got several players that are West Coast, of course. So
Exactly, that's part of why they have expensive rosters. So unlike the Curse of AL that we've seen where, during the weekdays, they've had to forfeit so much. I feel like forfeits have plagued AL on what has otherwise been a pretty impressive run.
Yeah.
But they, have a pretty expensive roster to try to deal with that and get those weekday matches played.
Yeah, again, this tournament's honestly flowed very. I'm very happy with this event so far. Not only with just the amount of teams that sign up, the quality teams, to all the matches getting played. It seems like we have minimal forfeits this time around, especially compared to the last one. So
look at Aluna here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be trouble. 2 seconds stun. Trying to go to the teammates. They're not actually chasing it, though.
Maybe thought he had more backup, I guess.
Well, the thing is, Pharaoh didn't have like walls or anything, so it's not like he could have walked and then caught him and got more auto attacks. So I think they just figured that the damage wouldn't be enough, and intelligently so.
Well, it was close, but in the end, not going to happen. How about how the lanes are setting up, by the way?
Pharaoh rocketed, sorry. Like,
yeah.
He went to the bottom. Yeah, no, but he's laying bottom. Right?
He is bottom. But speaking of that, again, going up against Aluna Torturer, who decided to go bottom. They sent the Bubbles top, and then you got your Magnus Master of Arms middle, of course. But Aluna Torturer bottom. What do you think they're thinking here?
They're just manning up in the aggressive lane. They have an Ophelia down there. Ophelia actually rotated, but the reason they were able to do that is because of the ward change.
Yep.
They knew Ophelia wouldn't be able to gank early on, and as such, there's nothing wrong with sending an aggressive dual lane if Ophelia doesn't have any creeps.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you see the 3 camps in total, it looks like, getting blocked between Ward of Sights and Ward of Rev, so good lockdown there coming out from Mine Land here on the Hellborn side. And
taking a look,
sure enough, goes to
the regen. Doesn't look like Cakes was actually pulled anything there. I might be wrong, but just based on his starting items, I don't think he was pulled.
Nope. Doesn't look like it.
Pretty much just had his own starting setup and can use those axes for last hit assist, basically. Bubbles, on the other hand, pretty stacked up right now. Applying a lot of harass, but the wave is moving back to him. We'll have to see how he handles it at the tower. If he's able to pick up enough farm. With the axes, it should definitely help. It makes lessing at the tower that much easier. But it's hard when there's so many creeps right there. It's actually hard for him to get the positioning.
Yeah, you got the one, and only gets the one.
You got one before that too, so you got a couple.
In the meantime, what you got playing the Ophelia, he was attempting to set up a gank in the middle lane with the Skeleton King, but Magnus and Master of Arms falling back just before, feeling something was up. So no gank to be had. Instead, he goes back to the jungle. Does stack a couple of the camps in the meantime, and actually has a double Skeleton Camp over here.
Well, yeah, Bubbles has to be careful, because if he uses that Shell Surf, I mean, Meraxes has a ton of chase potential, a ton of durability, and it's easy for him to run him down, especially with an Ophelia.
Yeah.
Coming in from behind, so in terms of Shell Surf timing, yeah, Pazi Metak here.
Be careful about that.
Magnus of his usage. They don't have a read on Ophelia's positioning.
Yeah, there's no vision at all, obviously.
What were you saying about Magnus?
Well, he got stunned right there.
Oh, okay.
No follow-up, really. Just more for harassment. But yeah, obviously investing so much into blocking Ophelia in her own jungle, the adjustment was made, and now they have no vision to work with as far as whether she's gank in the middle now. So
right, and they have a dual lane versus dual lane mid, so in the end, they're not too concerned about it.
So far, again, other than the initial attempt by Ophelia, she still is going to continue to farm in the jungle for now. Not going to look to set up that gank, at least just yet. We'll see if that opportunity opens up, however, for her. Pharaoh, in the meantime, at the bottom lane. Get the name of the game for him. Obviously, he's staying alive. He is 5-0, but he is level 3, so not too bad there. Torture, however, Alucard, 19-7. He's having the best game of them all so far, so.
Yeah.
So off to a great start here for his team.
So, look at Moravis, man. He
Yeah.
heard your call, and
Yep.
instantly, Magma's actually walking towards him. Not that he's in a able to do too much, but yeah, they have perfect vision. If nothing else, though, it stops them from farming. Still frustrated, goes back to the woods and resumes farming. That medium camp is pretty much off limits for him. Look at that.
What's that?
It's a free Minotaur, but I just mean in terms of farming it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, right here.
For now. For now.
Yeah, might not be the most efficient, but yeah, get a second creeper house like a Vagabond leader. Start doing some AoE, or perhaps a Vulture Lord. Pharaoh at the bottom lane taking some heavy harassment there, but in the end, again, going to be fine. Alucard just knows he's able to apply it right there. Magma's coming to the bottom lane. He has a haste to him bottled up, actually. He was just spotted by a ward of sight, however, and clearly Pharaoh knows something up, so knows something is up.
You know, I've seen Bombardiers ever since the release of the hero always go for the Boom Dust build.
Yeah.
I actually think you can make a case for going Bombardment instead. It does do some pretty impressive level 1 damage at 100 if you're able to get it all. Meanwhile, there is a gank happening.
Yeah, Ophelia's in some trouble. She was finally spotted out right here. Again, the hasted Magnus. This could set up the kill in the end. Shams has 3 seconds left of the Lob Surge. The taunt goes up, and one more auto attack, and Ophelia will fall. Meanwhile, over here, Master of Arms was also getting gone on between Bombardier and Engineer, but not nearly enough. And now they're kind of out of position themselves. The Skulls getting still nearby. Bottom lane in the meantime, Torture and Aluna do come together to take out Pharaoh in the end. So action happening quite a bit right there all of a sudden.
The lanes are just stronger right now for the Hellborn side of things. I mean, they don't have a jungler, sure, but they kind of boxed Ophelia out. Ophelia went to his what's not having the best of luck farming up levels quickly. Only level 3 right now, and so, you know, compared to the supports, actually equal or falling behind. So not having that jungle presence of fast leveling happening, and then on top of that, Bombardier can be a pretty damn strong laner, same with Engineer, but the way they interact with each other is pretty awkward. You're pretty much relying on a Bombardier to land an open field keg, and right here, Bombardier, no escape mechanism, getting ganked by 3.
Aluna comes in from the side and might not have even been necessary, but might as well guarantee the kill, of course. So they get the kill on a Bombardier, and good roaming coming out here from the Hellborn side. So Shams actually gets credit for that, playing the Magnus, and he's now looking at 300 gold per minute. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's both Bombardier and Engineer, you know, rely on that initial point stunner to not necessarily rely, obviously, but it helps out a lot to have that initial point stunner to land yours easier as the follow-up. But neither one has that to work off of, so.
Yeah, not to mention safe lane. Cakes is getting a little bit of CS here. Pretty much tied with bubbles and gold per minute, but I mean, that's the only thing they've got going for them.
Yeah, you're right. Wow. Right now it is struggling all over the board for 007 other than that more access. Again, it is still very early on, of
yeah,
course.
exactly. And they do a very powerful ultimate synergy, so as they approach that level 6 mark and able to piece things together. That's what makes Aluna such a powerful off-lane support, too. Not only just her presence and the fact that she can really box out and harass heroes easily like that, just the fact that if she wants to roam to mid, say for something like a dual lane, she has that long range. She doesn't even need to get into perfect positioning because of the immense amount of reach she has, and that power throw does so much damage, oftentimes that's all you need to actually secure a kill with the dual lane.
Yeah. Well, Moraxis actually dropping a little low right there. He gets the Matrax off, though, and is able to survive through the damage coming up from Bubbles. Bubbles using the Kelp Field even on top of that. But again, Moraxis does survive. It does get him to go back to base, though, and obviously he will have to regen in the meantime. So, well played right there, at least from Potsy Metek. Potsy Metok playing that Bubbles right there. And gonna have some free time now in the lane. Does have the Steam Boots earlier on. Torture, though, continues to be at the top of the charts here. 372 gold per minute right now. Looking out for Alucard. So, but speaking of those ultimate synergies and whatnot, I mean, a very important one is this Pharaoh. And again, especially with this lane circumstances here, he's not really getting the best farm, but he is getting some decent levels. And he is getting close to level 6 right here, I'm sure. So that could be a big, big mark. Engineer, in the meantime, he's in a little bit of trouble. Bubbles finds him right there. Engineer was going for the rune. It might cost him. Maybe not, though. Nice kickstone.
Yeah.
Able to survive right there.
Yeah, Moraxis actually coming to join the party. Bubbles getting the hell on out of there. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they actually catch him out.
Yeah, Eruption's being channeled. The power throw comes in as well. Eruption not even needed in the end. Moravis gets credit for the kill. And you see Moraxis right there trying to chase him down. Not going to happen. Meanwhile, off to the side, Aluna's in some trouble. What's that?
Well, Aluna's in trouble here, but, well, maybe not. It looks like she'll be out. Bubbles, you know, shell surfed through. I said, you know what? Wants to dodge that Moraxis. You know what was happening. We talked about that brutal medium camp stack that Ophelia wouldn't be able to touch. Blinked right on into a stacked medium cap, got trapped out by it, completely wailed upon, and just annihilated. So
yeah, didn't even see that.
Yeah, thought he was being fancy, but in the end,
oops,
being punished. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, obviously, he was disappointed there in chat. But a quick pause right here, just I'm gonna fix a mic issue apparently. Is Bubbles porting mid right now? I think that might be Magnus actually, but Bubbles Kelfield is up, so
yeah. I want to point out two things. Well, they did in the end go with Master of Arms in more of that supporting role
Mm-hmm.
played by Moravis, but also Torture going that carry role. A lot of times lately since the patch you've seen the Grimoire power pickup. I like the item, I think it's phenomenal. Great farming tool, but for a hero like Torture in the side lane, especially oftentimes picks up that Ring of the Teacher anyway, and the fact that you're forcing earlier pushes, earlier fights, and things like that, I actually still really do like a Gnome's Wisdom
Yeah.
purchase by him, and, well, he's actually going that route this game.
It's obviously, it's...
The earlier pickups, I just like,
yeah.
the very team-centric focus item. They pretty much have a heavy spell usage-based team there, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Alucard go for that.
He did. He already actually got it.
Okay. Yeah, that actually makes sense with this gold. Timing out right there, apparently.
Kind of like his version of a build-up item, like an Energizer or something like that. Just the intelligence version.
Speaking of that, how's Master of Arms coming? Oh, never mind. It's horrible what I'm saying. Saw Moravius playing. I figured he was more of the carrier, but nope. Playing the support Master of Arms this game. He is 1-0-2, though. But don't expect to energize on him in the near future, at least.
Maybe not in the near future, but if you actually look at his items, he does have the build-up of the Pretender's
Yeah,
Crown, so he is looking for
wouldn't
it
be surprised.
in the end.
Not just yet, though, by any means. Magnus, of course, he's the one taking the farm there in the middle lane. Shams is 2-0-1 and farmed about 267 gold per minute. He's coming along pretty nicely. The Steam Boots, the bottle on top of that. Seems like it's working out fairly well here, so... Yeah, definitely a game in favor of Mine Land here in game number 1. Early on, only 9 minutes in, of course, so... Still early, but... Got some good momentum built
It
up.
just falls upon slightly more awkward synergy, I guess, between their heroes. Once again, it's... You have that mid lane that as soon as they got the ball rolling there between the Magnus plus Master of Arms and the Romain coming out from Luna, it became so easy to pick off heroes like that. Bombardier and NG both very, very vulnerable targets to a 3-man gank, and forced to go to the top lane now to try to pick up some farm.
Pharaoh's level 6, obviously his presence of being able to initiate with the Wrath of the Pharaoh, set up a kill is possible. Keep that in mind.
Not a game changer at this point.
Yeah.
All they need is one good early fight to get right back in this game.
Oh, yeah. Again, as I was saying, though, Bubbles also with that kill flow now up, and obviously DC'd right now, but when he gets back in, you resume this game and could possibly set up a TP gank somewhere, so our Legion team in 007 does need to be careful about that. Keep that in mind. Let's go and look through other matches currently that are happening at the same time, of course, this being the round of 16. You got Justice League versus Baguette. Fun name there. Well, it seems like Justice League is in the lead, but Baguette also putting up a fight at least. They actually, okay, they are losing the hero kills, but yeah, it seems like the tower kills also well in favor of DCX. So seems like they have a pretty good game 1 going for them right there, but we'll definitely keep an eye on that. Turns out, I know another matchup people are probably interested in is, well, first off, VDT. Let's check out that real quick. That's the one I believe Beef is casting over on Colecast. Again, it seems like VDT also looking good there against Undefined Esports. I've seen that team before, I believe, but... Oh, yeah, that's the one we actually looked at, yeah. Don't really recognize them too much. Internet Gangsters, how are those guys doing? Let's see what the Internet Gangsters are doing. Jeez, people timing out.
Yeah, everyone on that side.
Timed out now.
You're going to get timed out.
Every time out. IG, yeah, they're in a pretty good spot. It looks like Fuzi playing the Monkey King. Wonder if he's the ultimate avatar.
I know they're playing against Teams. Is it Team
Tipsy?
Psycho? Yeah, Team Psycho.
Or Team
that's
Team
Rocky
Psycho.
Balboa's
That's
team.
right, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Tipsy.
Pretty good group of players, too. And
yeah.
they've played pretty decently recently, but IG, definitely the more experienced team going into that matchup.
And then, of course, you have Too Much Sugar versus Donkey Kong. It does seem like Too Much Sugar has a pretty good lead for them. Only 14 minutes in, but seem to be in a fairly commanding spot. This looks a 6-0 on that Torture. Not bad.
What about Penny was playing with TCAG? Kage?
Team
Kage,
Kage, that's right, yeah.
And they're actually facing off against Team Excellent here in Game 1. That's actually a really good match. Looks like Team Excellent pulling a bit ahead, though. have the farmed artillery along with the Deadwood that's 11, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I don't know if we're pulling ahead. I mean, look at that sand rate. That's 18. He's the highest in the game. And
He is. So that's true.
And actually, we may, if
I was only
this
saying, yeah,
stays timed out, I mean, we'll give it another minute here. It looks
I wouldn't
like
mind
rookies.
scouting it if nothing else, and then actually,
Well,
we got
Rookie's
some people
reconnecting, so yeah, that's why I said let's go.
I would
to
say I
at
wouldn't
least
mind
another
scouting
minute.
it, but yeah, it's.
I may jump into that one if
I can always scout it,
keeps
yeah,
up.
while you're there. I can scout and at least see how it's going, and then jump back
that
in.
is true.
Let me jump on over there, just get a feel the pulse of the game more. So.
All right. You know what? Screw it. He's still not reconnecting.
Jealous?
I'm jealous. If you're gonna go, I gotta go too. I don't want to be left behind. Let me just see.
Hey man,
Okay,
the
so-
camera's on you. I got.
Yeah.
more
So obviously,
freedom here.
I want to. Let me go ahead and join that game. See how that one's going from a first-person look right here. All right, so let's take a look here. Again, this is Team Excellent versus Team Kage. We cast Team Kage yesterday. I believe it was against Black Fade, right? That matchup there. Was that the Black Fade match, or was that one?
No, I don't think so.
So
Was it?
after?
No, the Black Fade matchup was against.
Thought it was.
Wait, was it?
Oh no, that was
No, no,
ZV or whatever. That's right.
That's right.
SRC1, that's
SRC1.
right.
Yeah,
okay.
that was EV versus Black Fade. I was like, I don't recall seeing pennies.
Okay. All right, so I jumped to this one.
Okay, so they definitely have the golden experience advantage. Once again, they are slipping a little bit ahead, but
Yeah.
applying pressure to the base. Do they have a token of life? First question. No.
Oh, we got to jump in right here. Penny jumps in onto Pebbles, it looks like. Farrell going to put the mummy walls up. Artillery being locked down, though. Will he fall? Yes, he will. Devil gets the back a bunch off on his Sandwraith, but Sandwraith is barely going to live. The Tempest ultimate actually pulls 3 heroes in. Do they have the follow-up? I don't think they do, actually. We do see the Red Master Skull coming out on his Sandwraith. Mummy walls, a beautiful mummy walls coming up to follow in the end. Sandwraith will eventually fall. Master of Arms coming back in, but Pebbles also coming back in. He did use a second buyback, it looks like. And now we have Team Excellent. They're on the run. Glacius trying to get himself killed right there by the neutrals. Not going to happen, though. And it looks like Deadwood going to be the only one to retreat in the end as far as being alive for Team Excellent. So big fight right there. Again, buyback's most certainly used by Pebbles. He is out of them, but still they hold him off at the base. So
I got K2'd.
You got
I was
K2'd.
actually getting to watch you cast for once. That's
almost
the old times.
Almost got that. No, but that was, yeah, big fight to jump into right there. And obviously they got the kill on the Sandwraith, but again, at least the Hellborn team able to hold them off from pushing into the base any further. Definitely a big Tempest ultimate at the end there. Again,
Yeah,
just
now
the
it's
follow-up
down,
wasn't
and
ready.
well, it wasn't the big time, but it was also the Wrath of the Pharaoh right at the end of it into a 3-man humming wall.
Yeah. Oh, wow, Deadwood jumping in right here, but not able to get the opportunity. Good job by Bubbles using the take cover. But yeah, the mummy wall was also big, you're right. Catching the 3 heroes right there, so. Definitely seems like Team Excellent, of course, you know, looking at numbers and everything, even despite that, they still aren't in the lead, most certainly, but Sandwraith again, even despite that death, he has 3,300 gold saved up, by the way, so. He actually has an
And he has a lot of build-up for late game. He can go Geometer's Bane or Behemoth's Heart from here, too, so. There's that late game build-up. I mean, he's at the point where, yeah, he's strong, but he's about to explode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely curious to see what he ultimately goes for in the end right there. Just taking a quick look here to see if this game is resumed. I don't believe it has.
It has.
Oh, has it? Okay.
And Pharaoh just picked off here, so lead expanding for
so that's
Lineland.
the Team Excellent there, not the other game. Okay, let's jump back into that one then if that one has resumed.
It has.
But hey, we got to catch a nice little fight right there coming on, so. All right.
You see how the pickoff
All
happened.
over the
Unfortunately, it
place.
just happened as I was loading back into the game, but.
Okay.
Tell you wanted to see where that game went. You were just eager for it.
Yeah.
As it was that huge late game explosive fight about to just happen with that Sandwraith getting another tier of items. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, it was a good time to jump into right there. So back to this one, though. 007 versus Mine Land. Even tell myself what they are. Over here on the Hellborn side, of course. So you mentioned there was a pickoff onto Pharaoh, it sounded like, as you were coming
yeah,
back
you can
in.
see how it
so.
happened, unfortunately. Miraxis getting picked off here. They have the lockdown.
Moraxis, he gets the Matrix up, but it's not going to be enough. Pharaoh in the background, he's going to be locked up by the Cuffin as well. He will eventually fall. And the Hellborn team, again, looking strong. The Bombardier ultimate coming out, but not nearly enough to get any kills themselves. And actually, Mind Land might just stick around and even try to pick up the tower right here. So Good catch initially. Moraxis able to get his ulti off with the Matrax, but obviously not enough in the end.
Well, then Pharaoh attempting to salvage a little bit of something there. In the safe lane. Didn't quite work out this game, and he wasn't able to get any sort of lane control. And you know, the Ophelia's jungle being blocked out, 100 gold per minute in the end. Diglett, very powerful player, but is not able to find his farm in this game. Look at the Torturer laned up against him, sitting at 400. He's sitting at 100 right now. Just, oh no, they have oh wait.
Oh no, Moraxis was setting up for a perfect stun. He got spotted by the Water Ref though. He's still going to go in there and get a great stun off well onto Magnus. Magnus will fall. Bubbles jumping in. Song of the Sea, the Shell Surf again. No kill fit up, however. We do see the Ophelia's touch coming out for the Legion team healing them. But while this is going on, Torturer pushing that top lane. He gets the tower kill. And now he's applying a lot of damage actually to Pharaoh. Pharaoh needing to fall back. Mummy walls are up.
Well done, Mummy walls. Yeah.
It is going to be enough to get away in the end, it looks like. But again, Torturer just doing his own thing while all that was happening. And you just see his GPM and where it's at right now. So, yeah, that all started though. Moraxis, he was looking for a beautiful open, but he just got spotted by the War Rev that was down.
It's a nice out of Pale Man. Double damage rune activated. Going to miss the first axe, though, so not going to try to pursue.
Instead, we'll go back to the lane and continue to farm in the meantime. So, oh boy. As far as the big picture again in this game right now, it is, I must say I'm even a little surprised. It's 007 down 8-1 in the hero kills, 6,700 gold lead for my land as well as a 3,500 experience lead. Definitely in control for this Hellborn team right now.
Yeah, a lot of times you see that though, whoever team gets that early advantage is able to expand it pretty quickly, picking smart team fights where the enemy team just, well, isn't able to contend. Especially a lineup like that, that's very easy for Adventure. They have a bunch of group up and crush spells and ultimates that just synergize so well together. And if 007's not in position, they can't afford to have a response coming in 4 seconds late.
Yeah.
They just have that burst potential.
Oh, Bombardier at the bottom lane. Shell Surf Song at the side. There's that kill. Field and Rookie's going to be locked in. He puts the airstrike out, hoping for a return kill. And Magma's going to try to help, but that does not have the mana for the energy field, though, for the follow-up. Torturer coming in, and he too will fall. I mean, even if he got the energy field off,
yeah, I
don't know if that would have really accomplished a whole lot. So
you can tell they're entering desperate times. They're just trying to make something happen here. It's falling apart. Looking more and more like they're going to have to force the game 2 here. Not force the game 2, but well,
move on.
Take it back to them, I should say, in game 2. Yeah, move on and
say what's done is done. Basically,
this doesn't necessarily show that they're completely outclassed. It just shows that both teams very powerful. And this is their day for game 1 over on Hellborn.
Yeah, and again, laning phase, as always, has a lot to do with it, and just simply
the draft. Yeah,
the draft. Well, of course, starting with the draft, and you know, as far as the lanes were set up, I mean, it honestly wasn't horrible for either side. I don't feel, but
yeah,
the middle lane wasn't the
best.
best.
Was awkward. They managed to CS around it, and then when it came terms to trying to pick up a kill, there wasn't much they could do in response. I mean, they honestly just landed the stun. They had the Luna gank rotation, and
the Ophelia not able to get the ganks early on. Obviously, I think hurt them too.
She just
I mean,
used the New Earth's Blessing and the creep side anyway. Tried to time it to heal them all up, but they actually just all got bursted down. So Ophelia's heal effectively being wasted there.
Yeah, it's not a short cooldown either. 120 seconds. So our Hellborn team and again, my land looking to capitalize on top of that. Even perhaps this middle tower.
The AOE presence is what they have going for them on the Hellborn side. Now that protective capabilities are gone, should be a free push. They can take 2 if they want. Impalement not being activated. Just gonna wait for the next creep wave, looks like.
It is a level 4 impalement, so.
Yeah, he chose to go to stun plus impalement build this game.
Ooh, there's a tablet finish too. Oh, down here in the meantime, Ophelia's gonna be picked off. You see the Minotaur now trying to get away. They're not gonna chase the Minotaur, not worth it, but obviously getting the important kill on the hero right there, so. Another big pick off while Torturer and Master Varns were just busy pushing the middle lane and still. Yeah, the gank squad going on and getting another kill. In the meantime, Magnus in the front line. Shams looking for an opportunity, trying to get close enough. He has a portal key right there. He blinks right into the secondary tower, not able to find the angle, however. And will eventually fall back. But again, more so a distraction, if anything.
We're gone. Can you go for the 16-minute rune or not? I mean, I saw him shaping up towards the bottom lane. It is a good window, too. They can just grab it and then return on the push. Has the empty bottle. He's going to the top lane. And actually, going to break apart for now as they allow Torturer to pick up some additional farm top.
Yeah. I mean, 007, it's... I'm just trying to think of where they go, what's next in line. Like, what is their hope? A portal key on Moraxis, sure, well, that's good, but that one team fight you keep going back to, the ultimate synergy is again still there. However, it's just the longer you wait, though.
Yeah, no, when it's 2K gold experience, it's still there. At this point, what they can get done, honestly, I'm taking a look at it and. Well, you mentioned it at the start of the game. I mean, you said that you were a little bit worried about their lack of carry presence, per se.
Yeah.
And you look at the Hellborn side, a little bit more developed, you thought, in terms of teamfight being able to carry, and I agree with you there. So they don't have much they're striving for here other than catching him out of position, overextending, and get this huge, like, Pharaoh ultimate plus mummy walls onto that AoE. Really just hoping for overextension. Looks like right now on the Hellborn side, though, oh, God.
They're going to get a kill? That's a big one. I mean, well, depending on...
Hey.
You mean big, but they get more Avis out of position.
Yeah.
not bad. Something at least. You mentioned how the Hellborn team was spreading out a little bit right here, so obviously Moravis thought he was just fine being invis, but they happen to place the rev down and sure enough spot him. So
meanwhile, they're converging on the bottom lane here. They are down one person, so
Ophelia's going to be gone. A nice stunts on a Bubbles, however. In comes Pharaoh, and it is going to save Ophelia in the end. But again, it's only going to do just that. They're going to save Ophelia.
They used Ophelia ultimate, so.
Yeah.
Opens up a window for them to apply pressure. Torture, not a full mana. Looks like he might. He's just going to continue his farm game. He's actually not too interested in even necessarily going to top off right now. They feel they don't need to, and instead, going to stack the Ancients. They'll be triple stacked at this point. See Master of Arms rotating, has that acid bomb.
We talked about Master of Arms too. Speaking of him, the Energizer that he's been able to purchase. Mentioned that how he's playing a secondary support really this game, but still able to get it very early on because of the team's success really. Double damage on Magnus, the portal key just helps clean up the Ancients right there. 480 gold per minute right now in Alucard. Playing the Torture, by the way. 2,300 gold being saved up. Gonna go back to the well.
Finally, now they can apply the pressure.
Yeah, there you go on the Mighty Blade. So gonna be the safe route of going for the Shrunken Head, of course.
Shrunken Head and maybe something like a PK if they need it. I feel like it'd be good just to follow up on a Mag Stun. They wouldn't really be able to stop the damage at that point.
I mean, you got Bubbles and Mag already with the portal keys. Why not follow that up?
I got some rocks to
even more. Okay, really?
Were you highlighting?
I guess so.
Why is he freaking out? Like
this hero, man. He's attacking, and he sounds like angriest thing on earth. I mean, jeez. Bashing the creep's face in. I think it was the Quake Stone that made that happen.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Ooh, Tablet of Command just purchased by Magnus, so getting more utility right there. On top of the portal key,
additional
of course.
tablets, yeah, just to deal with Pharaoh. And, well, not even just Pharaoh, though. You're looking at Engineer skills, which are all skill shots. Bombardier just helps evasion a lot of these abilities, so. Yeah, of course, there's the direct synergy. So the benefits of a tablet typically is rounding out your stats, helping you. Just positioning benefits in general, and as well as being a direct counter to some of these heroes on the Legion side.
Yeah. Magnus going to push the top lane. Going to be joined by all of his teammates, however. Not going to go for the tower kill just yet. Obviously, he was taking some damage. Falls back, and vulnerability comes out, though. It's going to be damn close right here. Moraxis, he activates the Matrix. He is ready to go in right here. He's going to jump. Yes, he has the portal key. Jumps on a Magnus right there. There's a rocket to follow, but Magnus gets the Defensive Master's call. And now is the return coming out here from Mine Land. Not going to find the catch, it looks like. Nice forked lightning right there, but not going to chase them down in the end. So they get the tower kill, however. And now they're going to fall back to another lane. So just dandy for the Hellborn team still.
Magnus probably going to top off with a health potion here. And mid lane's still... Tower's still up. Now they know Morax's ulti's down. Yep, 35 seconds. Torture, though. He's going to go farm, I guess, in the woods. I mean, I would have let...
Oh, wow. Pharaoh actually jumps in the airstrike on top. But look at the one. Look at the 2 kills. Maybe Master of Arms. No. Energizer comes out. He's going to be right. Look at the eruption coming up from Magnus. Does the turn kill on Pharaoh in the meantime. There comes a Quake out from Moraxis. However, Ophelia joining the party. Rikasaurus are going to be helping teammates out a little bit. But the axes are flying, and down goes Magnus. So, again, working pretty well right there for 007. Moraxis jumping back in, and they may get more kills as a result to this. He's going to activate that Arcane Shield. Not going to absorb anything, however. Now he's on the run. The support is coming in. Bombardment's placed out, but it's not in time. Meanwhile, the Minotaurs Well, the Minotaur's doing right there. Not the best micro, unfortunately. There we go, though. There's one stun. There's the 2 stuns. Is it going to be enough damage? Of course it is. The Keg's on top of that. Demon the Massive Call comes out the turret, though, and down falls Torturer. Aluna did also get taken out, so basically a near genocide right there from 007.
Well, we saw they just took out the top tower. Mirax's ultimate was down. I thought for sure, and mid lane was pretty much pushed out. I thought that for sure they were going to go and rotate this 5, kill the tower, and then maybe go farm.
Yeah.
Or maybe rotate to Kong at that point. They actually just split up really awkwardly where Alucard went up into the top woods. There's a couple people doing the Ancients. I mean, if you're going to steal the Ancients, steal the enemy resources, the best way to do is, yeah, have a team, go steal all the Ancients, push out mid as fast as you can, force them to group, take that tower, then clear out their woods as you back off and get your Ancients from there.
Yeah, Diglett found an opportunity. He went and balls to the wall with Pharaoh right there, and obviously end result, overall picture, I mean, it definitely worked out very well for 007, especially with the way this game has been going. So most certainly a stepping point to remember, at least, as far as this game continuing on now, and a chance for 007 to continue to try to make that long road comeback here, as they definitely have been in a deficit early on. See some double stack Ancients. Bombardier's going to start cleaning up there. So, I mean, Bombardiers, he's recovered fairly nicely. Speaking of that, rookie playing the Bombardier. He's got a tablet of command now. He has another 1450 gold saved up, so. And he's level 11 on top of that. So, definitely some good potential there. Astrolabe just finished on Ophelia. We talk about Pharaoh. He's still farming up some gold. You know, perhaps going to work towards that.
Man.
Oh, yeah, that was big. Bubbles just stole
Bubbles
those Ancients.
Set no cause, pretty much.
Oops. Yeah, that's unfortunate right there for Bombardier, but well played at the same time by Bubbles. Able to take those out. And actually, he's going to join up with Magnus, be the murderous Moppets here, trying to find somebody.
They have the aggressive ward, but there's 4.
Oh, just missed. Bro tried to hit him after that portal key right there.
Yeah.
Not able to connect, though. But yeah, at least
Otherwise,
007 buying themselves some time here, if anything. To continue to come back.
See what a hero like Bombardier might get. It's not unusual to see something like Calderas and such on it, but in a game like this where he's sort of starved for farm and needs an item that's going to help him win right now, going to be interesting. Still, they need something to deal with these shrunken heads, and looking at potential initiation assistant to Miraxis, who has been known to pick up Hellflower, even a Sheepstick if he needs to with his jump, and Bombardier as well, who's a viable candidate for those pickups, and they need to stop him before he's able to get that shrunken off.
Yeah.
Barbed armor. Not really close for Pharaoh yet either. Opted to get the steam boots here. Until then,
Yeah,
sort of have to really just go for those heavily outnumbered fights.
I wanted to bulk up a little bit first. Uh-oh, speaking of bulking up, Bombardier was hoping that he's a little more bulked up perhaps. He's going to be caught right here. Ophelia's touch is going to be used. Helping him initially, but not nearly enough in the end. They could not support him in time. And actually, Engineer was headed over, but he tries to turn around, and he too is going to be picked off. 2 for nothing just like that. And that's just the potential that this Hellborn team has right now, especially with, again, with the way the game's going. They're controlling the map pretty well right here.
Yeah, it's an easy convert into a quick combo kill here.
Oh, yeah.
They actually can't get anything on top of Ophelia's touch being down. So I'm just sit back from here. Gonna have to watch it fall. They are up in 15 seconds though, and they don't have 5. I mean, they're split up actually.
Yeah,
it's not killing as fast as they could. So as I said, they wouldn't be able to actually rotate. Not necessarily true. Bombardier ulti on top of a Miraxis stun, and that'll be enough to kill him, so Kongor
gonna fall back.
going to live to see another day.
You said it. All 5 of them. There was only 2 there, then eventually 3, and then Magnus was I believe farming the bottom. So
after the team fight, if they wanted, they should just
gone right
all
there.
Up there. Yep.
Yeah.
Not stagger, not going for creep caps. Just kill Kongor first and then go farm.
Yeah. So, Mind Land not capitalizing the best in the end off of that exchange, but still, again, you are looking at a 14,000 goal lead, 8,400 experience lead. Obviously continuing to be in a great spot themselves, and you just see the items adding up.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Might have been risky even with all 5 too, because once again, Miraxis Sun, they don't really have the best Kongor hero, so the Miraxis Sun on top of it.
That's true.
The Bombardier might have ruined their day.
The last thing, yeah, that's very true. This is not a team you want to fight in close quarters together like that. But actually, they're going to try to at least somewhat go over there. Magnus and Master of Arms are over here. There is no vision really from the Legion team. Their best ward aside is obviously right here in their jungle, and that only gives them so much, really. So definitely don't know Kongor's happening. They do have Pharaoh, though, of course. Can spot it, but this time, successful. Is there a double damage on somebody? Yeah, Magnus.
Magnus has a full bottle, so probably it's fine in terms of topping off. Let's see if he's actually going to. No, he's not. Might
Worth
grab a
men-
health potion afterwards. Probably doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he will.
The Ancients, yeah, should. Worth mentioning, obviously Torture's had a shrunken head now for a little bit here. 1,800 gold already more saved up. But that on top of course, the token of life that he has. Continuing to look great here for his team.
Now they're pressuring middle.
Yeah, now they
This
will.
is the right time, and well, they have tokens, so we'll see how eager they get. Top of token. Top of the shrunken head for Torture. Already almost hitting his portal key as well. Look at that shrunken head portal key follow up on the back miss. Bunch of auto team fight win right there, so looking forward to seeing Torture pick that one up.
Nice word of sight in the background from Queen of Trash, so playing that support Aluna. Giving him plenty of vision to work with as far as any initiation opportunities for themselves, or if 007's trying to be sneaky. I don't know if they're going to be, though. I mean, probably just going to accept this tower kill in the end.
They don't have anything like a Astrolabe or a Barrier Idol, so they're taking a lot of wrath from this rocket spam. Every
Yeah,
time
true.
the fight is making it a little bit harder for them to keep pursuing. They're sort of forced to back off, so maybe as they're going to push into the base, I would like to maybe see some of that more, the more supportive items there. Luna's going for another tablet. I feel like something just like an Astrolabe pickup for the team would be great.
Gets to a point where, I mean, tablet's always good, sure, especially against Pharaoh and up, but yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, they are going Barrier Rattle and Magnus, of course. He does have the Shaman's headdress, so we'll at least have that in the near future. Probably at least get that before they push into the base. Of course, always the Token of Life, too. Still has 5 minutes remaining on it, so still have a bit of time here before
They need to
Mind Land
force it.
feels like need to really be going in, so. As far as 007, it just continues to be an uphill battle. It's basically been this way the whole game, from the very beginning, really. Just after the initial parts of the laning phase, they've just had to fight back, and it's kept them in this game this long. You know, we're 28 minutes in now, and those are golden experience leads that we do not see teams come back from often. And again, especially when you just look at the makeup. I mean, usually in those comebacks, you at least have that.
It's usually 1 out of every 50 games.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Oh, look at this right
Yeah,
here.
and it takes the right makeup, as you mentioned. So.
Yeah. I mean, Bombardier, he has the Blessed Orb, so you mentioned that sheep sticks idea is coming along. But even that, I mean, I don't know if anyone in 007's even broke the 300 gold per minute mark yet this whole game. I mean, even right now, Bombardier's 276 gold per minute, which is another thing that is not working out for them the best.
Suffer when you go up against this AoE massacre.
Yeah. It is.
Torture not going to go for that 4 keys instead. Going to go for the sheep stick route.
You like that?
I would have liked to see the portal key. I feel like they would win any fight pretty easily, but scaling into the game, yeah, I think it's fine.
It is the fish.
I feel like a shrunken head becomes that much more useful when you have a portal key, because it's guaranteed initiation basically for you. You don't have to worry about getting caught out of position, especially initiating. Well, it's different though for Tort, because how they're using Tort in this lineup, and a little bit as to why he might not go for a portal key in a game like this. They're actually using him with that impalement up in front to push the towers. They don't have a tower pusher besides that. It's not like they have an Ophelia.
Yeah.
It's like they have the keeper. So they're actually using Tort up in front. So in terms of getting a great portal key follow-up or initiation off, it's a little bit harder that he is up in the front line.
I mean, you see right there, you guys taking some tower damage.
Yeah.
You mentioned they don't have an Astrolabe, they don't have the Barrier Idol yet, so he's
Astrolabe and a couple health potions even
yeah.
as they're trying to break base here. And they have the gold to pick one up even before this push. Just say, hey, not that important.
And there we go, the jump out of Torture, not the biggest follow-up in the background. Bubbles jumps in, Torture still alive, he finally will fall. Gonna resurrect, of course. Bubbles finding himself in an awkward spot. Now he gets locked in the engine field. He will eventually fall. Torture comes up. The eruption gonna be canceled in the background by Pharaoh in the meantime, locking him down. Torture ultimate activated though, standing his ground. Airstrike in the background, not gonna pick up any kills. Magnus jumps in, big dive here from the Hellborn team. It's gonna cost Shams his life, perhaps. Yes, it will. Torture is still going in, and Alucard is gonna end up falling. So big dive from the Hellborn team. Not what you want to be doing at all. Port coming in right here. It looks like it is going to be more access. Does he want to chase? Yes, he will. Master of Arms, he's going to have to run.
Oh,
realizing
there's no way. Or is
he's
there?
in trouble. Can he actually get away with the blast shot? Use Bubbles nearby. Of course, doesn't really have much else to use. No Kelfield. Dodging the
slippery.
axes. Yes, he is. There's the axe hitting, though. He does not have mana. Yes, he does. And there's the second one. Nice tablet. Oh, is it going to barely survive? No, the rocket.
Are
the
you
rocket
kidding?
will
Oh,
finish
okay.
him off. And now Bubbles actually might be in a little bit of trouble. He was this whole time trying to help save his teammate, and he might cost himself his own life. Can't Bubbles actually get away from this? Shell Surf out. Engineer couldn't guess it. Oh, he's caught in the woods. He's caught in the woods. I don't know if they're going to catch him, though. He has a portal
they're
key.
surrounding on it. The portal key is
They figured he got away by now. He should be fine. Jeez. Well, well, well. I mean,
that was a fight.
Yeah, it was, and again, just a little bit
They
of
were on
dive
token
there.
for a while now, and they actually gave him a bit of a chance. I mean, look, Miraxis, 2,300 gold now. Pharaoh, we talked about the barbed armor and the presence that'll have in a fight. Pretty much riding right up on it there. 1,800 gold will have it very, very soon.
Yeah. Oh, Pharaoh hanging. Honestly, Pharaoh might have been better off just taking the Kelpfield stun. He wants to go for turn. Oh, the rat to the Pharaoh just misses. Diglett trying to make some big plays right there and take out Bubbles. He is going to end up surviving in the end, so it does work out pretty well for him, I guess. But they're making some big plays right there.
If he went hard for the Bubbles, I think there was a lot of chase room for him too with Magnus and the Aluna. So maybe a good thing that he didn't hit it.
Didn't connect, yeah.
Yeah, in the end, gets out of there.
And again, it's you look back at the fight, it's really a case of mine land diving pretty heavily right there. I mean, okay, it sounds like we do have it. So while we are now in that null phase of after a big fight, let's actually take a quick look back at that.
I want to make a quick note after that fight too. That's pretty damn crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, so replay coming out here. So obviously there we go. That's again, this is Torture, but he still has a token, of course. Almost in a sense kind of suiciding himself, just being in the front lines. The energy field was big too. I mean, Bubbles had a lot of trouble with it right there. And then he eventually falls. But then here's where Torture comes back up. But look at the background too. Yeah, Pharaoh caught Magnus. That was a huge part of the success of that fight, no doubt, for 007. And then we see again just more and more dive coming out here by our Hellborn
And you
team.
mentioned the Bubbles too. I mean, he had to buy back.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah. Very true.
So.
As you saw there, and then
it almost paid for it twice. So,
yeah,
losing a lot of his build-up, and that's not reflected in the gold. Now, okay, and they have the follow-up, etc., etc. Nothing too crazy from there. So, moving forward, look at the map. Take a look at the Legion team's towers. Take a look at the Hellborn teams.
You're right. Wow.
Now look at the experience. It's actually not that bad. 6,000. They have a lot of room to make up. If they can make a team fight out, if they can even get those first tiers of towers down.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they have the window for the comeback. It's not like they're down 15k and then don't have towers to make up the ground.
Wow.
So,
you're right. 33 to nearly 34 minutes in and 0 tower kills. But like
with
you're,
an
like you're saying, it's a blessing in disguise,
the hero known for having all the outer towers destroyed by 18 minutes in a standard game. They've done a great job of counter pushing and keeping her down. But not every day you see Ophelia pushed in like this versus a team with literally outside of Torture. No direct pushing heroes.
Yeah, no, that explains even more. I mean, the GPM chart, how it continues to be so low here.
Right, that's entirely where it's all coming from.
0 tower kills definitely helps explain that. But yeah, you're right. Again, it's kind of a blessing in disguise, at least in this case, where they have a lot of room to make up now in terms of the better recovery chance. Because
if anything, it's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Sure.
I think is better. In the end,
it's still a bad
I
situation.
don't know if I ever call being down 16k gold a blessing.
Yeah.
But
well, still not being able to get a tower kill, but yeah.
For sure.
Saying there's a chance.
I agree.
Take out their steal the Ancients once again, does the Hellborn team. And actually that Sheepstick is finished now, so another item that Mine Land will have to use. The Barrier Auto, of course, is done. That's definitely going to be big for them. Stress that, how there's a lot of chip damage coming out. So Barbed Armor, however, also picked up on Pharaoh. Kept going back to that. How big that was going to be for the Legion team.
Love that you called it chip damage. I think I heard for poking that Pharaoh's applying. I like it.
Taking a fighting game scene terms.
Incorporating them where we can.
Of course, of course.
No. Where's... No, so really, just they're saying screw to the Astrolabe. Gonna have another tablet on Luna.
That'll be the 4th one. Yep.
Yeah, they're really just all geared up for it. It's fine. No real health regen there for Tord either.
Bombardier have a Sheepstick? Wow, he does.
Yeah, Bombardier does have Sheepstick. Just completed it. So.
Jeez. Yeah, I saw the Blessed Art. I saw Prince Manitou. I was like, oh, okay, I guess he has the Acolyte Staff, and sure enough, he did. So.
I mean, he didn't have much else. I mean, Tablet's a pretty small build-up item, and
True.
he is, in the end, the primary farmer here for the Legion side. Maraxis
Yeah.
still and most in terms of levels, and Maraxis didn't go for an initiate item this game. Instead, went for that helm plus the Shaman's Headdress, saying, hey, they don't
Come at
have
me.
the craziest late game self. Sure, Torture is a beast, but if I can survive and just keep laying out those axes line for my team, especially my squishies like Bombardier and, well, Bombardier, I guess, who's one of their major sources of damage output, but can't really afford the enemy team to be allowed to get past this wall of Maraxis,
Yeah.
or else they'll be eaten up.
Yeah, this, I mean, the longer this goes on, and obviously, especially after that last fight, I'm definitely having a little more hope here for 007 as far as the ultimate potential comeback, but again,
They
it's
need
still
that
gonna be a long
one
track.
big fight.
Yeah.
They need that one big fight so they get
Together.
2 tower kills.
Oh, this is not going to help, or may it. More access is going to be silenced. He can't get the Matrix off. Eruption channels. Airstrike already used, though. The Sheepstick on him, Magnus. The barrier idol goes up right there. Just going to be used on top of that.
you
Moraxis is locked
kidding
down,
me?
and he just absolutely melts away. Torture just running out of the ulti activated. Pharaoh finally comes in, but it's just way too late. The Legion team, 007, is just falling apart right here. And it could be coming closer to the finish now. Alucard picks up the hat trick. You got Bombardier and Engineer trying to run away, but at least Engineer is going to be picked off. Bombardier maybe not. He can make it into the base right here. It's going to be close. Oh no, he's going to be locked down. He gets the Sheepstick on a Master.
Yeah, no, they're all cleaned up here. Did you see that was like 8 seconds of lockdown on Maraxis
Yeah.
straight? He was spamming R the entire time. Initially, he got set on, barely lost any health, got tableted back, avoided a lot of the follow-up damage. I'm like, oh wow, he's definitely going to be his ulti off. In comes Extra Disable, in comes a Sheepstick from Tort, and eventually they bring him down.
Yeah.
That was a critical component to their success in that fight.
Yeah, that was, you're right. I mean, the lockdown was most certainly there pretty damn effectively from Mind and it paid off in the end. So 007, I mean, they put up a hell of a fight there. They tried their darnest to make a comeback. Obviously, a little bit of help from the opposition as usual in that case, but wasn't enough in the end. So Mind doing enough. And again, we knew this. You look at the names, and it's definitely a very solid team we have here.
It is.
Take the first game off of 007, so I don't know if there's much else to say about that one.
Not much else. I mean, I said going into it, I was expecting it to be a pretty even matchup. Initially, in this particular game,
Yeah.
we did see Mindland take a very, very powerful early game lead. So there were awkward things. We had the Suicide Maraxis going